So, welcome. This is a D&D mini campaign titled New Beginnings. I am joined here by Nuka and MrJPStilts. Maybe a third guy will drop in when he's at some point. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Anything could happen in D&D. So our adventure takes place in a region known as Halatrad. Halatrad is a region full of dangers, mystery, but most importantly, things adventurers can take. We begin our humble journey on a ship heading north towards Myrefall, one of the capital cities of Eladria. And on this ship, we have a few unexpected members. So we'll start with Bakrees. Bakrees, how did you find yourself on this ship known as Leviathan Spawn?
Are the cameras rolling?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I gotta find like the headspace for him, the voice that he would have.
I mean, obviously the most important part of character.
You gotta have a voice. I mean, Zarpo had a great voice. It didn't make you like it did. You couldn't compare it to like nails on a chalkboard or anything. I'll just narrate for the most part. But I mean, I'll just like, am I allowed just to talk about him until he's officially in character? That'd be way easier.
Sure, if you want to describe him to the audience as he's looking out over the side of this ship.
Perfect. So, all right. I feel like I'm doing a college presentation. Bakrees was Dragonborn, ex-military, and he wanted to find new ventures in mercenary work in order to get a better paycheck and to pick and choose jobs that would align to his morals. Because he's not really much for being an evil boy. He's a good child. He eats his greens. So, in the end,
Goblins are the healthiest Dragonborn food.
So he's off to Eladria to begin his new mercenary life.
All right. So this black dragonborn gazing out over the ocean, a couple seagulls. Just wonder how seagull tastes. On the
Kinda
other
gamey.
side, oh boy, on the other side of the ship, we have a human. Obviously not a dress quite like the rest of the crew on this ship. Most notably, the longbow he carries on his back. Scath, what's Scath's deal? Why is Scath on this ship? What brought him to the ship? What is bringing him to Ellerin and more specifically Eladria?
God, home is just so fucking boring. All they do there is just sip their fancy fucking wines and shove their thumbs up their asses. And you know what? I killed everything there was to kill back there. And I heard that there was, well, more things that need killing out here, and I get paid for it. So why not get on this boat and head across these damn waves? These fucking birds. I just want to take them out with my bow. Just leave me alone. I'm good over here. But if you got a bit of drink, I guess you can stand next by.
All right. So the captain of this ship is a human, kind of he dresses in kind of like leather armor over a loose-fitting shirt and a really, really like out there. He refers to it as a pirate hat. It looks much more aristocratic, has a massive pink feather sticking out of the side. This is Captain Lugwin Aldwolf. He is the longtime captain of Leviathan's Spawn. And also on the ship, out on the deck, shouting orders at other crewmates, there is his half-orc first mate, Kurgan Bellowdruck. Kurgan just kind of shouting up to the man up in the crow's nest, seeing if there's anything unusual, and you just hear the guy, "All good." Just not too much going on. It's actually been a few days on this ship. It's primarily a cargo ship, but you both managed to convince the captain that you'd be useful to have along. You both notice that this ship definitely seems a little bit understaffed. Like you'd expect there to be maybe even like 5 more crew members manning this everything. Like everyone seems to be running around frantically. Kurgan's like constantly shouting orders, having people move around and everything. Standing up kind of towards the wheel of the ship, Captain Aldwolf just kind of surveying the scene. He just shouts, I haven't really talked too much to our fair guests, so what's your opinion on my ship here?
Can it go any faster?
Unfortunately, the wind doesn't quite seem to be in our favor. It's driving us off course a little bit. Might be a storm out in the distance somewhere, but hopefully nothing that will slow us down any more than the water already has.
Tiny human, quiet down. We get there when we get there.
Jesus fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah, all right.
Sensing the tension, Captain Aldwolf kind of says, let's pass the time a little bit. I have something interesting you guys might be interested in. Interested in. Yes. Why don't you step into my quarters for a bit? You're not manning anything. Why not have a glass of ale?
All right, I could go for a drink.
All right. I want you both to roll perception for me. A 12 for Scath.
Yep, that's who I am now. I don't know who that guy is rolling for me. It's ridiculous.
Perception? All right. There you go. That's all I got.
10. All right, so Scath, you're the only one that notices this. As the captain invites you into his quarters, you see Kurgan out on the deck just like very visibly like rolling his eyes.
Of course he would.
He's going to seduce us.
I mean, he is half orc after all, so it's not allowed in here.
Damn orcs.
So you two are both led into the captain's quarters. It's pretty underwhelming. There is a desk with a chair in the center. There is a bed in one corner. The only thing that really stands out is this really ornate set of plate armor set up over a really expensive looking rug with both of its hands resting on a really, really shiny looking longsword. And Captain Aldwolf kind of just waddles over. See, I purchased these somewhat recently from a rival of mine. Damn fool thought he could start his own trading company and make money. I told him, listen, the Featherwind Trading Company is practically a monopoly at this point. You try going against them and you're just going to lose all your gold before you might as well just toss it right in the water, to be honest. I mean, and if either of you wish, you can roll a knowledge history at that.
No, this is another rich person talking about them being rich. So Scath is in the process of just kind of looking back out of the port side, or looking out of the windows. He's seen fancy stuff before. This stuff doesn't interest him.
Bakrees couldn't really give a flying fuck at this point. He's just listening to an old man ramble.
All right, so Captain Aldwolf, he grabs a bottle of what looks like to be moderately priced alcohol from under the table in a couple small glasses, and he just pours a couple. So, I'm not really sure I remember catching either of your names. He points to Scath. You... Logar? Lager? I swear that was a drink.
Scath. You can call me Scath.
Scath. I used to know a young chap named Scath, probably 20 years back. Wanted to be a sailor. Think he got eaten by a giant shark. I don't quite remember.
Yeah. No, there can only be one of us. So it makes sense.
Mm.
Nature has a way of, cleansing out any of those that might put a curse on the name.
That it does. Let me tell you, I have not met another Lugwin in my 30 years at sea. Been on 3 different ships, and I've owned 2. Not another Lugwin Aldwolf. And what about you, Scaly Man?
I take offense to that.
Sorry, how about you, Miss... You can see like the word black almost like on his lips a little bit, and then he stops like, oh, would that be offensive too? Dragonborn, what's your name?
Bakrees.
Bakrees. Interesting. I don't think I've heard another one of those either. Then again, I haven't met too many of your folks up here. They aren't nearly as common down on the south side of the continent as they are on the north.
No. Are we here to drink or?
Of course. Pours the ale, like pushes them along the table. They move just slightly with the ship on the table, which seems to be a little over polished. And Captain Aldwolf picks up a glass. To a fine trip on the open ocean. Just nothing quite as free as the ocean.
Just raise my...
Hello? Sorry about that.
Hello.
Completely my fault. Sorry about that.
No problem. We could actually probably introduce you in this, actually. Haven't really gotten the full introductions. We've just introduced Scath Logar and Bakrees. I'm not... Imrindok. Imrindok, okay.
Logar.
Dragonborn names might be the only set of names harder to pronounce than elf names.
My name is the hardest name of all to speak.
All right. So, as you two are in the captain's quarters enjoying a bit of ale, kind of towards the front of the ship, I know those ship fanatics are going to ding me for not remembering all my proper ship terminology. But we have a individual clad in leather armor gazing out over the ocean. Bard, what does Bard the Sorcerer look like?
Actually, I had a picture for him. Give me a moment.
No problem. So just to update you, you're on the ship known as Leviathan Spawn. You're heading north towards the nation of Eladria, and you are planning to dock in Mirefall.
He's a tiefling of a rather red complexion, and a small vest, and not much else on him. A small little hack sack over his back. Keeping it simple.
Oh God. We got a sausage fest going on again.
Oh, it happens. All right, so Bard, as you're kind of like gazing out over the oceans, the first mate of this ship, a half orc named Kurgan Beladruk, just kind of walks over to you and says, "So, the captain has the other two guests in his quarters. If I assume you're invited as well. God forbid he ever actually captain the ship."
And plenty fine. Happens all the time.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna get plastered again, so if you want to get any of the good drink, I suggest you head over before it's gone. That Dragonborn looks like he could drink me under the table.
Racist.
Lead the way. Never want to turn down a free drink.
Just at the other end of the ship, there's not... you can't miss it. As he
Thank you.
kind of just points towards the captain's quarters.
I'll head over to the captain's quarters.
All right, and as you get in, you see Captain Lugwin Aldwolf, a human, wears a really, really expensive-looking hat with a big feather in it, despite the fact that the rest of his clothes seem rather normal. And Bakrees and Scath both see this tiefling you saw on the ship earlier just kind of walk into the cabin.
Welcome, I suppose.
Hello
So-
there. I am Bard. No, I'm not the Bard.
Captain Lugwin's already pouring another glass. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to be a bard to drink. Though some people tell me it's basically a requirement, but forget it. He pulls out another glass from under his desk. You're wondering where he's putting all these glasses, or if the desk is literally just for like glasses and alcohol.
I mean, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't fault him.
And Bard, you see this really ornate set of plate armor, a really nice looking rug, and the armor's hands are placed over a longsword that's kind of all like set up in kind of an ornate fashion to one side. It's really the only interesting thing in this room. There was a bed, a desk, and this expensive stuff.
Are you a collector of fine wares, Captain?
Oh, when I get to stick it to one of my rivals, purchased all that off of him when he went bankrupt. Was a fun way to stick it to the damn dwarf.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, he didn't seem to want to part with it too badly. He kind of like gazes at the armor, like obviously some memories trailing through his mind, and just like these are like normal sized glasses, but he just takes them like a shot.
Is the
What race is
armor dwarven size?
No, it is. It looks more like a normal humanoid size. It's a little bit weird, like that. This would just be this dwarf was going bankrupt and sold it to this guy who as far as you guys can tell, really isn't a very rich man. He seems to like to flaunt what he does have, but doesn't have a lot. So it's a little bit odd that like this, like plate armor is expensive. Plate armor is very expensive.
How much did you pay for that?
Couple hundred gold for all of it, the rug, the armor, the sword.
Sounds like an auction to me.
And that didn't seem odd to you in any way.
I mean, the man was pretty much destitute, lost his ship, his crew. Like, honestly, I just think he was desperate for coin.
Seems strange. You could easily make a higher price off something like that.
Well, if he was a good businessman, he wouldn't have lost his ship.
I suppose.
As you guys are saying that, the half-orc Kurgan kind of knocks on the door and opens it. Captain? Oh, what is it, Ludwig? We're busy drinking. I can see that, but there's a bit of a storm over the horizon, and just wondering what course you think we should take. All right. Let me. Just kind of grumbles, takes a third glass, and walks outside to the deck of the ship. Do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little by little.
The storm interests me more than the conversation.
Agreed.
All right. So as you guys get out to the deck of the ship, yeah, there are some dark clouds, kind of not all that far off. It's weird. Like it was clear when you guys went into the cabin.
That's one perfectly normal storm. Wouldn't you all agree?
I'm not so sure of that.
I'm not a sailor.
Spent a lot of time back at home on the grasslands, and storms kind of come around every once in a while. Would I be able to take a closer look and see if this looks like storms similar to what I experienced on land?
Roll knowledge nature.
Is that just a nature check?
Yes. 15. This storm looks a little bit weird. It came out of nowhere, and it seems to be a little bit more condensed than you'd expect. Like there's like one patch of dark clouds and you can see like rain like underneath it. Like that's really weird.
Yeah, there's some dark shit in that storm for sure. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Captain Aldorf's just kind of like, it's far enough off. Just
nope.
Just direct the ship away from the storm a little bit. We should be fine. Now, if you excuse me, the captain turns back to his quarters, and when he opens the door, the suit of armor is standing right there and punches him in the face.
Oh no.
Fucking hell.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh shit. Initiative. It's a 20 die plus your initiative, right? If I remember correctly.
Correct. If you click on initiative on your character sheet, it should roll it automatically for you.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
All right, and let me
At
just
22,
get your.
though.
Yep, that's gonna be useful. Yep. So this suit of armor is just standing there. It just decks the captain. He's just out. Oops. All right. So we got Bard, Bakrees, and Scath. You're all kind of a little bit further to this level of the ship, and no one else. A couple of the crewmates kind of look over, not quite aware of what just happened. Now, can you just go over your initiative rolls one more time?
10.
22.
Just gonna put a crease at the top then.
Nat 20.
And Bard was a 13?
Yes.
All right. Bakrees, you go first.
And you can move the tokens on your own, right?
You should be able to, yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. It's been a while since I've done stuff like this. This is a play with Roll20. Yeah, he's gonna like take a single step to get in front of everyone. And he's gonna like draw his spear, his shield, hold it up in front of him, spears at the side at the ready. Just
You have
worry. Pike,
You-
sorry.
You have a pike. Pike is a two-handed weapon.
It is. I didn't know that. I didn't read that.
Is a massive two-handed spear. You do have your hand axes though, which are one-handed weapons that can be used with the shield.
That'll work. I'll take one of the hand axes out then. Don't worry, guys. I got you. I'm not going to do much. He's just going to stand there and wait.
All right. Brings us to Bard. What is Bard gonna do? Hello? Did we lose Malik?
Why we gotta be on a blasted boat? I may not be a bard, but I can sing you a little lullaby. As I'm gonna pull out my crossbow, take a shot.
All right. As Bard the not Bard, a 15 does not hit as your bolt just pings off the armor.
Oh, God.
Scath?
Well, seeing how unsuccessful this tiefling was just shooting it with an arrow, what's the half orc doing at the moment?
He is kind of standing among the men. He's got a little bit of a grin on his face seeing the captain laid out. I should actually get a token for the unconscious captain. But like everyone else, he is just really confused.
All right. Yeah, I want to take a few steps back to get up on the second level. It's kind of overlooking maybe this lower deck. And
That's actually the low point. You're
gotcha. This is up high. Okay.
Yes, that is higher.
Are there is there rigging nearby?
There is kind of down from where you are. Yes.
Okay. And you know this dragon friend seems to want to get into fisticuffs, so I guess I kind of want to take a moment to look over this suit of armor and just get an idea. Am I now seeing any fleshy bits, or am I seeing any points that if I were to draw my bow I would want to aim towards? Points of weakness, anything like that?
I will let you roll perception for that.
Okay. Perception.
All right, so 15 perception. Not only do you not see any fleshy bits, you do not see anything in this armor.
All right. Ship's haunted. Where's the rowboats? Nope, not joking. Where's the rowboats?
There are some boats kind of at the front of the ship, kind of hanging off the sides.
Great. So yeah, no, I just kind of yell that out. Suit's haunted. There's no one in that thing.
I'm way ahead of you.
It would seem you're behind me, but okay.
All right. So, that brings us to the animated armor, who steps over the unconscious captain. No, I don't want to edit token.
Are you sure?
And he is going to make 2 slam attacks against Bakrees. First one, 7. I assume that does not hit you.
His armor class is 18.
Nice. So definitely just these metallic arms just hammer fist towards you, but you get your shield up and just big metallic clang rings throughout the ship. Ooh.
Hmm.
The second one, though, thinking you have him properly defended, you lower your shield a bit as this armor just cracks you across the snout. He's gonna get you for 4 bludgeoning damage.
Shit.
And that brings us back up to Bakrees as the crew just kind of looks on. You even hear one of them, "What's happening?"
Oh. I'm putting something on my token. I'll be a second.
Don't worry your little minds.
Ship's haunted. Get to the rowboats.
Get to the robot. Get over here. Don't be a coward.
No, we'll deal with this.
But cowards live longer.
God, I hate you both already.
All right. So Bakrees, what do you join the fuck this train?
No, I'm staying and fighting.
All right.
It was for, what was it, 4?
4 damage.
Okay.
As he just snout shot you.
Bonk. All right. All right. Well, I mean, he's immediately going to go into offensive and go for a swipe with that axe of his.
All right, roll to hit.
Which one would I click?
If you go to your character sheet.
Yep.
Did you find it, or nope? That was a different.
Do I click hand
scenario.
axe?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
21 will hit.
And then do I just click damage type?
You click hand axe, and it will roll the damage for you.
Nice.
Yeah, roll 20 is pretty nifty for stuff like that, as your axe actually doesn't necessarily cut, but heavily dents the armor.
Nice.
All right, Bard, it is your turn.
Are we not running?
I guess not.
Okay, I guess I'm here. I'm gonna run up the stairs, back up the stairs over to around right. Ready another crossbow bolt and fire.
All right. Roll that bolt.
I might be doing something else, but I don't want to set the ship ablaze.
That's a smart idea.
Completely
7 as
understandable.
Your bolt ricochets off the helmet of this armor.
Excellent.
All right, Scath, your turn.
With the longbow still slung over my back, reach over, pull out one of my short swords. Ship's haunted. God damn it. And go to swing to just try to knock the head off this thing, the helmet. Just swing away.
All right, roll to hit. 16 does not hit.
Mm-hmm.
As your sword also just kind of dings off the helmet as the
Shit.
although you dent it enough where it doesn't. You feel like if there was a head in there, you would have hit the head, but there's like a dent like an inch into this helmet.
Well, not gonna be able to sell it.
All right, as the armor is going to make another slam attack against Bakrees. An 8 does not hit, and then he's going to flail with his other arm towards Scath with a
I wanna-
22.
Can I use my reaction for this?
What do you plan to do?
Protection.
Oh yes. Scath is within 5 feet of you, so you can impose disadvantage on this attack, rendering it as a 14. Does a 14 hit Scath?
My armor class is 14.
Unfortunately, it will still hit then if it matches. So, Bakrees, you get your shield in the way, but the thing hits your shield, and then your shield hits Scath.
And hello to you
Oh.
too, good sir.
Sorry about that, son.
For 7 bludgeoning damage.
Instead of flying off the ship
You got
into the
razors
ocean.
on that thing or what?
Well, it can help you shave if you need to.
We're back up to Bakrees.
Does switching equipment take a turn? Such as switching to his pike?
You can, but you would have to use a free action to drop your shield and hand axe on, like, right there on the floor.
And then I wouldn't be able to roll to attack after that.
You would be able to. How the rules work, dropping something is a free action. It basically
Okay.
doesn't count towards your full movement. But to put away your weapons and then draw new weapons takes an action.
Yeah, drop him, grab the pike, and take a swing.
All right.
Or a stab, I guess.
So this pike, which is probably taller than you.
Oh, it's huge. I am
Alright.
definitely overcompensating.
22, that will definitely hit. For 12 piercing damage. All right. So that brings us to Bard, as you see the Dragonborn just run a pike through this thing's abdomen.
How how sturdy does the ship look?
It's a small but fairly well built ship, and I mean it's wet. Everything's wet.
Like, could it sustain a fair bit of weight?
Probably. It's for the most part. I think I know where you're going with this now. It's a cargo ship, so like having like
Big
a lot of
guy,
stuff.
you want to get bigger? As a cast enlarge on it.
I've heard that before.
Now is not the time for fraternizing.
All right. As you cast enlarge. Now he only has
On
to make
the
a save if he's resisting it, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, as Bakrees doubles in size, the ship kind of sways to either side just for a second.
That doubles in size.
Yep.
Oh Jesus.
You are now a large creature.
He was already 6'4" to begin with.
Oh, I wonder if that shield hurt. It's as big
Yeah,
as me.
the crew members are just like, "What is happening?"
I told
That'd
you
be
to
a
get on the
two
rowboats.
dragon at this point.
All right, Scath, it is your turn.
All right, so that hurt, and I'm not a fan. But I want to look around real quick and possibly see if actually, let's see here. What do I have? What do I have on me right now? Nah, I don't have it. So I want to look around to see if there's like a coil of rope that's might be important at a later time, but right now just kind of closer to me. Large enough. Go ahead.
There is a thick thing of rope directly behind you.
Yep. So I want to rush over there, like cut off a good 10 feet or so. Yeah, I guess I don't know how much of that would be my action, but yeah. Basically
I
get
think
some
that
rope.
would probably be your action.
Okay.
You're not moving out of his combat range, so technically he doesn't get an opportunity attack. Yeah, it's fine. You kind of keeping an eye on this armor who is turning to the now giant dragon. You cut off a section of the rope.
All right. I make sure to stare down Kurgan as I cut rope, just to give him the I don't care about your ship.
He's distracted by the giant dragon man. That's it's the giant dragonborn in the room. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
He's giant in more places than one.
You said he was compensating for something.
All
right,
He's tiny brain. There we go.
The armor is going to make an attack on Bakrees with 13. Which how smart is this armor? Oh, not at all. Not at all. He's just gonna have him attack Bakrees again. 18? That's your armor class?
Correct.
So he does hit you as he punches you in like the cartilage between your knee.
Ow. That's bad.
As you take wait, no, I didn't mean to roll that a second time. 6 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
As your kneecap is thoroughly screwed up.
I used to be an adventurer like you. I could punch the knee. But I can't wait. This is gonna be great.
That's gonna sting in the morning.
I'd say it might turn black and blue, but in your case, just blue.
Racist.
All right.
All right.
So, before you begin your turn, actually, something happens. Everyone has been distracted by this fight. And
We've been sailing into the storm.
Right into the fucking storm. Yep.
yeah, the storm's like almost right over you guys now. And something hits the side of the ship. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
Wonderful.
Also, just as we're getting this stuff together, how heavy roughly is this plate armor? I know it's going to be heavy, but
Let me.
I
see if
can condense my question down to: is it puntable?
At your current size, yes.
I'm going to punt it. That's my plan. That or take my pike and do a golf swing.
I really love the punt idea.
Yes.
I'll do the punt.
I'll give it to you before things go down, just because that
Yes!
amuses me so much. So I will count that as the shove action. So it is a contested strength check, I believe.
So what? I just hit strength
Yes.
for the check. Okay. I got my dexterity up there. Whoops.
That was a save, not a check.
Oh. Thank you. This? I hope.
Oh, it's actually athletics contested by athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics is fine.
Athletics is strength.
There's athletics.
Oh.
Which
So
one am I
what are we
using?
doing?
All right. The armor has to make just because its intelligence is 1. Oh. Yeah.
I punted and stubbed my toe.
That's pretty much what
Stands firm.
happens. That's pretty much what happens. I'm glad I let you do that. All right. Now
Don't kick the fine equipment.
all right, so you all made your dexterity saving throws. You will keep those rolls. The armor has to make a dex save. With an 11, it actually just fails.
Oh, that does not
So-
bode well for me.
Fortunately, the DC was 12 for that. But the ship rocks like wicked. Like there's a big crash and everything rocks. All the crew members just kind of like stumble over. The captain just slides slightly one way.
I stop him with my foot.
Tiefling going overboard.
Yeah, you kind of like stumble, and you are now prone. The armor stumbles back to the edge of the boat there, and falls prone.
Oh, ho, ho. Now it's golfing time.
Opportunity attacks?
Yes, actually, Scath and Bakrees both would get opportunity attacks.
Stabby.
You bounce off more armor.
Ow. Hurts.
Pikey.
Bounces off armor.
Ting. Ping.
What did I even do that?
Oh boy. You hear the man in the crow's nest. Ship? Like very questioningly.
Boy, what do you mean, ship?
You're big. What do you see up there?
Yes, Bakrees, because you were so tall, you can actually see over the edge of
Oh.
the ship.
Look at that.
As you look up, there is the underside of another ship right up against Leviathan spawn.
Oh.
Told you the cloud had dark shit.
He was right. He was totally right.
All right, as grappling hooks shoot up onto the edge of the ship,
Oh my god.
and you
If we
hear,
survive, I owe you a drink.
and it sounds like something is climbing up the side of the ship from these grappling hooks.
Mm.
And as they jump up onto the ship,
Nope.
Nope.
Any second thoughts on that rowboat?
Finally, you boys can use your little pea shooters for something.
That spell goes both ways, you know.
don't make me reduce you.
Look, I will throw you off this boat. Try me.
All right, so 3 of these I will make that image nice and big for you guys.
That's the thing.
Oh.
That is quite fun.
I really hope that they slaughter the crew so we can keep this ship. That'd be awesome.
I may have been thinking about that
I knew-
myself.
Finders keepers.
Losers overboard.
And then we just quickly. Oh boy. I see we went with the chaotic neutral characters for this campaign.
Not chaotic
Is
good,
another
but
way to play.
What?
I actually might bump him down to chaotic neutral. He's a bit more neutral, if anything.
All right. Gonna add these boys to the initiative order. A 5.
Right down there with the armor.
Whoops. Why did it add so many of them?
I was
Oh,
like, is there something I should know, or
we gonna die, boys.
Are we being invaded?
Yes, the situation is much worse than you thought. As I'm just gonna change the music real quick.
Oh, Mr. Fancy here.
All right, so Bard, it is your turn as these creatures have just climbed up onto the ship.
I'm gonna stand up, look at the stairs. So freaking grateful that I managed not to fall down them.
I was tempted.
Phil's the nat one.
And I look. I guess no point in holding back now. We may lose the ship, but at least we'll be alive. Flame bolt at that one.
All right, roll to hit.
20.
Ooh.
That
Ooh.
is definitely gonna hit.
10 points of fire damage.
Oh boy. This boy just jumps up onto the ship, starts looking around, and just takes a fireball to the mouth.
And there's more where that came from.
He's still looking at you while his face is on fire.
Oh my god.
And I will be quite honest, that is very unsettling.
That hurt though. He just doesn't seem to care. And we're up to Scath.
Yeah. I want to kind of move back towards this banister, putting myself behind my Dragonborn companion.
Lover.
Possibly. I mean, it's swinging low. And
Not very low.
take aim and fire at this boyo.
All right.
If you miss, you're grounded.
That will hit.
Good job.
You handle the Tin Man.
All right, and then let's see. Trying to figure out how to do the second part.
You should be able to just click on longbow in the chat and it should roll the damage.
Nope. You mean that part?
Yes. So 7 piercing as an arrow just sticks into this creature.
It's still up.
Try hucking another stick.
Careful. Swords are still sharp, and I'm seeing more access points than you think you have.
All right, it is back to the armor's turn. The armor is going to kind of just stagger to its feet. I don't know who it would go after.
Flip a
Oh,
coin.
really now. There's not a giant target in front of it.
I know, but this thing's intelligence is 1.
Attack the water.
Kill the
Attack
green
the
thing.
water.
Like, yeah. There is an obvious target, though. So he is going to make a slam attack on Bakrees. 11. That does not hit. He kind of hits you in the shin. 14, other side of the shin. Not really feeling it.
You know, you hit a lot harder before. You're starting to hit like a girl again.
I don't know, maybe he's got some dents in the elbow.
It's getting there.
All right. this boy in the corner here is he's actually going to attack the armor. With a 9 as his spike hand just kind of dings off the armor. You just hear a low. All right, and now this one, the one with his face on fire, he's gonna walk up the stairs and stab at Bard with his spiky hand.
On the bright side, I made you look nicer.
13.
It,
Oh, poor Bard. Oh, max damage. 7 piercing. Just walks right up to you and stabs you.
That sting a little boy.
He is still on fire too. Like
Okay.
there's still just like sparks and hanging from his charred face. You do notice that it looks like a chunk of his armor kind of burnt and fell off. But that seems like a really minor detail considering you have a spike in your stomach.
That looks healthy.
And the last one walks over to one of the crewmates who's kind of just paralyzed in fear.
run, you fucking morons!
Rowboats.
Oh no.
Yep, they're dead.
5 piercing as he just like slashes the poor man's throat. The guy grabs at his neck and just kind of falls overboard.
Bye-bye. Good night, sweet prince.
I wave as he goes, still holding my gut.
All right. All right. Seeing, I'm just gonna have them go at the end of the initiative order. The crew.
Head to the rowboats.
Oh yeah, they're heading to.
It's
one of the
about
row-
time.
They're taking the only one.
There are 2.
Oh.
They should take they should take both of them.
To be fair, there used to be more people on this ship.
I suppose.
And we're up to Bakrees.
All right, my absolute favorite plan. I'm going to take that pike and golf swing that fucking armor.
You're gonna golf swing the armor. Shall we count that as the? Trying to think.
Swing. Shove.
Yeah.
It's
You know
more
what?
of a shove. I'm not really piercing him.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Which is another strength check, or what is it? Athletics?
Athletics, correct.
Yes.
Let's see. He rolled good, but it's not enough.
Nice.
As this armor, you just golf swing it and it goes over the edge.
Does it happen to hit the boat that's underneath?
No, it fell off the opposite side.
Okay. We could have sold that, you know.
It was damaged goods.
Yeah, we wouldn't be getting much from it. Probably get more for the ship.
All right, Bard, you have this scorched boy.
Bonk him.
Can I try to use the shove action to throw him overboard?
Absolutely.
This isn't going to go horribly.
It's gonna go horribly. Well, who knows?
What?
Oh no.
All right. You try to shove him and he just doesn't move, and you get your hand in something really slimy.
Some help?
We're up to Scath.
Hearing that, I turn and see whatever this chaos is, and just fire, trying to hopefully Take him
Alright.
down, knock him back down the stairs, or knock him overboard.
Roll to hit.
Or to get a beautiful headshot.
Ooh,
Oh no!
Oh no.
there we go. That's the thing.
Am I taking arrow to the spleen?
Um,
God damn it, children! I am not putting your macaroni up on the fridge.
let me roll something real quick.
Goody.
I don't like hearing those words.
Rolling mercy.
44, medium severity. You misfire. The arrow kind of slides off the knock, and it just kind of like clatters to the ground right in front of you.
I swear that's never happened before.
Performance under pressure.
How can I compete with this guy right here?
All right, as
Any competition at all would be great.
we're back to the Sea Fallen. He's gonna go up to Bakrees.
Swear to God, if you touch me.
I mean, 12. He kind of stabs at your knee with his knife hand, but you block it with your giant shield.
I am going
Might
to
I
Tiger
mention
Woods
that
you
I
into that ocean.
Might I
He looks like he's
mention
been
that
there
I love the
before.
name Spike Hand for an ability.
That's literally what it is. They're not allowed to have a second hand.
Feels bad. They are like, I don't know, Sea Fallen crews. I mean, the whole pirate thing.
They need to get promoted to get their second hand privileges. All right, now the one by Bard is gonna stab at him again.
Ow!
Does that still hit?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm a sorcerer.
it is a sorcerer's life for 6 piercing as he just stabs you again.
Oh my God.
ooh.
Ugh!
How much health do you have?
No.
Yeah, Bard's not looking good. The third one is going to go after the crew. And they're
You
very
guys say for
lucky.
the DM.
They're very lucky he is just short of being able to get them as they are all jumping into this boat. You can hear the first mate, Kurgan, just like, come on, come on! Yeah, as he just-
Pansies, all of you. Cowards.
To be fair, I would like to be one of them.
yeah, as that boat just drops into the ocean and the crew disappears. We are up to Bakrees.
All right, as my first decree of no one else being on here, this ship is mine now. Oh, wait, the captain's still here.
Still literally unconscious right in front of you.
We'll dump him into the ocean, have the boat. I'll split it 60-40. I'm actually going to, I don't know if I have to perform a check. I want to hop right over my little human archer son and get on the lower deck to try and go for a charge at the Sea Fallen, attacking my little tiefling boy.
All right, so you will take an attack of opportunity if you do that. And you will have to make either athletics or acrobatics check because you're jumping over a railing to the lower level.
And then potentially sinking the ship.
That is
Yeah, I'll
why
take-
I asked if the wood was sturdy enough.
I'll take the attack of opportunity for sure.
All right. As you turn to the soft part of your knee. But he can't get you. 14 only.
Twist.
And he's just kind of like holding his spike hand at you. Oh. Oh, man.
Athletics or acrobatics? What do you think would be more fitting?
I will allow
Acrobatics.
for either. Yeah, you're fine. The
Beautiful.
ship definitely rocks a bit when you land, but you're able to jump over.
How much do you weigh? Because you weigh 8 times that right now.
I mean, I didn't put anything specifically down. He's a 6'4" Dragonborn with scales and chain armor, so relatively heavy.
The ship just shakes, and you hear a little bit of creaking of wood, but besides that, everything seems all right.
This is a sturdy ship. And then I'm going to pike that little bastard.
A
Thank you.
roll for Pike.
Yeah, I'll roll for pike.
That's definitely gonna hit. 8 piercing as you stab him through the body, and he kind of turns at you, still with the spike through his torso.
Is his head still on fire?
It's kind of been put out,
I was gonna say that's a horrific fight. Sight, sorry.
but his face is now like charred, and there are still like little
Smoldering.
embers.
Now, DM.
It smells
you
like
are-
like burning fish.
How'd you know I was gonna ask that?
It's part of my godly DM powers. I can mind.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate it.
Bard, your new best flaming friend, has a pike through him now, but he's still up.
I would run away. Take a distance shot. If he tries the attack of opportunity, I will use protection.
Yes, you can do that as a reaction.
Yes. Oh wait, no, I can't.
Why?
I have,
Oh,
I have
you
to
don't
be-
have your shield. You have your
I have
pike.
to be wielding my shield.
How hurt is he looking like? Is he looking like?
His face is burnt, and he has a pike through him. Like, he doesn't seem to care too much, but his knees buckling a little bit.
Now, because I'm holding him with my pike through his chest, could he have an attack of opportunity, or at least with advantage? Because he's not going to be dodging as easily.
I mean, the pike through him is mainly fluff. Mechanically, there isn't anything
Okay.
that would impose disadvantage on him.
Fair enough.
You might hate me for this one. Ice knife in my hand. Trying to embed it right into him. We're all gonna take AoE damage if this hits.
Oh,
I
God.
swear to God, I will beat you. You'll be next on the Tiger Woods streak.
We're
I
all
don't
friends
get-
here. No. You actually, your spike kind of like grazes off his armor and just hits like the front of the ship, very, very close to hitting the other lifeboats. All right, Scath, it is
That's-
your turn.
I take that as an action of
Well,
mutiny.
they're having a lot of fun over there, aren't they? I'm going
Please
to. Yeah, I'm gonna move back a bit to kind of stand there.
Yes, I'm a great human shield.
Reach back and pat our friend. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. And as I do, cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Such a good boy.
I
Your
try,
macaroni art's
Papa.
going up on the fridge.
There we go. Let's see. So, get back in this fight. And I need to go over here, I think, and click on this thing. And that's correct. And there's a 9er
No.
for you.
Not
Nice.
a bad roll.
You touch me well.
He is quite the toucher. I can't wait to get mine. My touching's in.
All right. We are back up to the Sea Fallen. And this one, unfortunately, only has one target. He moves over, and he is going to try to shake hands with his knife hand on Scath there.
Okay.
That's 6.
That does not hit.
Might I mention how lucky that captain is that no one has fucking tried to stab him?
Right.
I was expecting the suit of armor just to stomp his skull in, to be honest. Like as he walked over.
I don't know how lucky that is though if we throw him overboard.
We should.
we will see how things go down as this next one.
Oh wait.
He is going to try to swipe at Bakrees' hands with his knife hand.
We need to keep that captain alive.
17 without your shield, because remember your shield counts for 2 of your AC. That
Yep.
does hit you as he slashes across your hands for 2 piercing.
It's just a graze. Like a cow.
And a million poison damage.
Whoops. Oh.
And the other one's coming back now that he has no targets over there.
Cowards! I wish I was with you.
We're up to
Let's
Bakrees.
finish this.
What's Pike Man gonna do?
Oh, sorry. I know what I want to do, but I need to find it. I want to use my my breath weapon.
On
Acid.
which one?
The one directly in front of me against the ship.
I've heard
Let's try to-
stories.
All right, that is a 30-foot line, correct?
Yes.
And he
Oh
has to
my
make-
God.
And he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
I want to say it's dexterity. Yes. Hit 11, I want to say. Is what I'm reading.
Let's see.
Oh, perfect.
DC 11 dexterity saving throw. No, the Sea Fallen has to make a dex save.
Yes.
And he fails by 1 as he's about to take the full 2d6 of your acid damage.
So I'll just do that.
All right, you look down at him and just open your mouth, and an eruption green acid just pours all over him. Bard, you very narrowly avoid getting splashed yourself as this Sea Fallen just crumples into a pile of goop. The stairs are gone now.
Ugh. I always thought it was fire
And-
with you lot.
Racist.
All right, we're up to Bard.
Get it.
Don't you
Cast
hit
a
me.
little arcane medicine. throw a flame bolt to that one.
All right. This one is untouched.
Twenty.
Nice. That's definitely gonna hit.
Gorgeous.
Another 10 fire damage.
Another
Nice.
max roll. I told you I don't do bad when I use my actual things that I'm prepared in.
This one, your firebolt hits him in the groin, and that just sort of lights up.
Oh, jeez.
That's
just kind of
not
like-
the smell of fish anymore.
I wouldn't curse anyone with that fate. You're sadistic.
He just
Fish
kind of looks down,
hair.
looks back up to you, points his knife hand at you.
He's
Right.
gunning for you, and I'm not protecting you.
Scath, it is your turn.
Well, since he's come so close, I want to just drop the bow, pull back out the short sword, and yeah, just try to just stab him. Just get away, spike hand.
All right.
Uh,
That will unfortunately miss as he parries you with his spike hand. He thought you were going for a high 5.
mhm.
Went for low 5.
No, that's
Just
later.
didn't work out.
And you take -1 hit points for the awkwardness of missing that proper high five.
He is going to retaliate immediately.
Of course. Yeah, that hits.
14. All right. For 3 piercing.
Okie dokie.
He stabs you a little bit in the shoulder after you miss.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the second one is gonna come up to Bakrees here and is gonna try to get him in the ankle.
I swear to God.
Hokey pokey.
7. You just kind of like bat him away with your foot a little bit, like, no, stop it.
Stop it! Go away! You silly.
It is Bakrees' turn once again. This
How
initiative
high
order got
is-
real short.
What?
This initiative order got real short.
Like a lot of things. How high is this lower deck to the next upper deck?
You could probably still see right over it with your height.
Yeah,
I
like
figured, but-
your head's about even with that rim.
well, actually, and I went to fighting range. So I guess I'm just gonna pike this little bastard.
All right, pike the little bastard with a
Whoops.
20. That's definitely gonna hit for 4.
I gave him a boink.
Yeah, you kind of like poke at him a little bit, and he just kind of like keeps coming at you. Bard, it is your turn.
I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm gonna use a little bit of meta magic. Twin spells. Flame bolt in both hand, aiming for both of them.
Ooh, nice.
Hmm.
Both of those hit.
Oh my god, he's a firebolt sniper. I'm convinced.
All right. So let's see. So the one you flamed in the groin takes 7, and the other one takes 9. They're both still up, but neither are looking very good. They actually kind of seem to react and kind of take a half step back as you hit those.
I tap my crossbow. You are worthless. Bad.
And Scath, it is your turn.
Yeah, it's feeling a little hot over here. But I'm just gonna go in for another stab.
Go for the stamp.
Get in here, stab him right in the guts. Oh,
He's
there we
stabby.
go.
He
You're
is
getting
very
stabbed,
stabbed.
boy.
My son,
You're getting
For
stabbed.
7.
I've taught you well, my son.
All right, so all right, I actually forgot to make a. He has to make a con saving throw for +5 plus the 7 damage. This was a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. 9, he fails. He just drops.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like you think he's like coughing up blood from that weird skeletal face of his, but like gunky seawater kind of just falls out onto the deck.
Gross.
All right. The last Sea Fallen's going to make another swipe at Bakrees.
I say we let this one play with their toy.
14 does not hit as you continue to just bat him away with your big toe.
Stop it! Go away!
And it is once
Leave
again
me.
it is once again Bakrees' turn.
Fantastic. Now, if I was to metaphorically roll to grapple, what would I have to roll to rip him in half?
Grappling him would just be the standard contested athletics versus his choice of athletics or acrobatics. I feel like the ripping in half part would be another action because you have to use your action to grapple him.
Well, let's see if the grappling goes well first, and then we'll have to go for a nice little roll around.
All right.
What are you? Are you a fighter? A paladin? A berserker?
Fighter
Action surge?
and an angry. Yes.
Ooh, that is right. Unfortunately, he doesn't let you grapple him as he kind of like tries poking at your hand with his knife hand.
Stop it.
You are becoming great friends with this Sea Fallen.
He's great. I love him. I'd like to go out for
Can you
coffee
keep him
sometime, but he
happy?
haven't
Stop
asked
playing
me.
with your food and kill him.
I'll use action surge to give him a
Alright.
bonk with the pike.
All right. Bonk him with the pike.
A big old bonkerino.
Oof.
And I totally fucked it up.
Oof.
At least it wasn't a nat one.
He kind of sidesteps the pike.
Damn it!
Are
Bard,
you
it is your
the
turn.
arena now?
Get your fucking flames going again. That's something you're good with.
I don't take kindly to swear. As I'm gonna just head over to Captain see if he's alive or not.
He is snoring.
Drunks.
I Try to smack him awake.
Boy, he just kind of wakes up like, oh God, what's happening? What's that smell?
Burning fish.
Oh, we went fishing. That's really nice. And he turned. What the fuck?
I said I don't take kindly to swearing.
I
worry
don't.
about the
I don't take
storm.
kindly to whatever the heck is happening on this ship. All right, Scath, it is your turn.
Well, I did warn the dumbass captain about the storm. What's the storm situation? Are we deep within?
It is raining now.
Okay.
And the ship is beginning to sway.
Where's the wheel? What direction is
Towards
the
the bag.
Back that way?
Yep. Yep.
I suggest you get us the heck out of here.
That or it'd be on our deck, right here on the edge, but I'm not sure.
Not
That's
enough
a
pixels, can't tell.
I actually think it is right there. I
Okay.
think that's
One of
supposed to
those
be a
two.
wheel. I wish my ship terminology was better.
And the storm is that away?
It's over you now, but it came from that way. That's where
Okay.
the I don't think you've been able to see it yet, but that's where the other ship is.
Dragonborn, where's that ship?
Would I want to run to the wheel, turn it hard to, I believe this is port?
Yes. You know probably as well as I do.
I think port is left. Yeah.
That is indeed port. I run a sailing company, I should know.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, just
All right.
spin the wheel that away.
Yes, you aren't going to completely just break the boat by me.
Absolutely. I don't trust
much
that
sheer
storm,
force.
and I don't think that's the only thing that's going to come from it.
As the boat begins turning, you hear kind of the grinding of wood on wood. But then suddenly the ship stops moving.
Great.
Oh God.
Like, moving forward, or just...
What did you do up there?
Do we hear a little... as water's rising from underneath?
There's definitely a little bit of that going on. But there was like, it was a sudden stop. Like the ship began turning a little bit. It wasn't really moving forward very much since the other ship hit it. But it starts turning for a bit and then just stops.
What the fuck have you done?
I think, there's some dark shit in the storm.
I suggest
right.
we get to the rowboat.
Excellent observation.
So it's the Sea Fallen's turn. He kind of, his movement suddenly changes a little bit. And Bakrees make an attack of opportunity as he starts moving towards the top of the ship.
Which is
With your pike.
boink.
That actually does hit him.
Yes.
Just ping.
He has been hanging out on 1 HP for a while now.
I totally want to spear him back and like just execute him properly by stomping on his head.
Con save.
Yes. Which you would have to roll pretty well, but let's roll anyway. So that would be a...
Because you never know.
He actually stays conscious by 1. As you spear him with your pike, he just kind of like turns towards you, but continues walking off your pike and just kind of falls into the water.
I had to. I'm sorry.
All right, so combat has officially ended.
I'm gonna head over to one of the grates and look to see how bad the flooding underneath is.
It's not good.
Yes. I suggest we get the fuck off this boat.
How much time do we have roughly?
Less than you think, because I need you all to make another dexterity saving throw.
Fuck.
As
I'm
the ship,
assuming your lard ass isn't helping at all.
It's your fault.
It's your fault on this, big mom.
all right.
Dexterity saving throw. Boom. I think I got it.
What'd you get? Nice.
I'm a man.
I actually need to get the captain some stats here.
He can stay.
A captain always goes down with the ship, all right?
I'll just use my pike and pin him to the deck.
10, the captain actually fails as he kind of like staggers towards the edge of the ship. And as the captain's kind of leaning over the side of the boat, he's just going, oh, God, what? Oh, my God.
Don't you
He's
mean
staring
God?
out to something next to the ship. Do you
So,
guys wanna-
Captain, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked are we?
Oi! Stop with the sweating.
the captain doesn't even seem to recognize your words. He's just staring at something. And you hear, it sounds like the anchor dropping, but very slowly.
God, we're fucked.
Can you make him small again? We gotta go.
Spell it.
Arrow boy, don't forget my shield up there, please.
Forget it.
I'll kill you.
Do you guys want to look over and see what the captain's seeing?
Hell no, just get the fuck out of here.
I actually kind of want to run back to the captain's quarters and steal that sword. That was part of the armor set.
Oh, goody.
I really want that.
All right.
I
Nice.
dispelled the enlarging on the Dragonborn. He didn't have much longer, but I'm dispelling it.
All right.
Thank God I can actually walk in there.
Okay. So the captain's kind of like,
I imagine the spell and enlarge is kind of like a Mario mushroom,
yeah.
but in reverse.
All right. So I guess we'll stick to your initiative order for this moment. Bakrees, what do you do?
I'm going for that captain's quarters to get that sword.
Okay, you run to the captain's quarters. The door is still opened, and you see the sword actually floating around the room by itself. And as soon as you stand there, it like stops moving for a sec, and the point turns towards you.
Great.
Yep, boy was right. The ship's haunted. We need to get out of here.
I'm gonna
You-
grab the shield for myself.
If you thought the armor was bad, oh boy, are you in for a present?
The sword starts moving towards you. It's on the other side of the cabin, so you have a second to do something, like move or shut the door.
I'm gonna slam that door shut.
Yeah, as you slam the doors shut, you just hear a ding on the other side.
Is it like sticking an inch through the door?
Just a little bit. Just the tip.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna
tempted to
completely.
cast enlarge.
Okay, like before
Actually-
you do that, you did something. So Bard, what do you do next?
I'm grabbing the shield for myself and get it in GTFO.
I better get that back. I will kill
Would
you.
I be able to make it here with the action dash?
We're not really doing combat anymore, but you're by the next boat. Which, as you get up to it, there is a huge arrow through the middle of it.
As in, can't. It
There,
won't be able.
there
to...
is a hole in the middle of this boat now.
Ah, fuck.
You
guess I'm
can.
looking over.
You can actually, as you get to the edge of the boat, you look kind of towards the rear, and you see what the captain saw. One of these sea fallen creatures, this one, notably bigger than the others, has a hold of the sea leviathan's anchor and is pulling on it.
Guys.
I think I understand why the captain drinks so much.
I'm just gonna show you something real quick.
Yep, that's a thing.
That's definitely a thinger.
Scath, what do you do?
All right. Do I know this? Does
You can
Bard
hear
cry
the
this out?
anchor moving.
So anchors can be released. Is that below deck?
More than likely.
Yes.
Okay. Big Thing has a hold of anchor. Anchor not letting us move. Scath's going below deck to see if he can find a way to release the anchor.
Can we see any shorelines, or are we fucked?
There is no shoreline. You were expected to arrive probably early the next day in Meyerfall, but currently there you do not see a shoreline. It doesn't help that it's getting dark with these storm clouds over you. All right, so Scath, it doesn't take too long. There's the big wheelie thing that's obviously meant for the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling I shouldn't have dispelled that yet.
Yeah, and the waves are getting rougher. The boat is rocking more and more.
I just realized something I did wrong. You should have been adding a D4 damage to each one of your hits, by the way. Dragonborn.
Oh, that's right. I thought it did something else besides just make you big.
We had
All right.
fun.
Too late
Right.
now.
Yeah, you survived this encounter. I mean,
We'll just call it he's not used to being double his size and was not used to having to manage his new weight. So he was kind of throwing his swings a little awkwardly around.
all right. So
There we go.
Scath, do you release the anchor?
If I can, yeah.
All right, you release the anchor. The wheel starts turning really fast as the chain is pulled out. You're just kind of thinking, all right, I did good. As Bard, you see this thing start spinning the anchor around.
As in, like...
A flail, I presume.
swinging?
No, more like he's trying to get some momentum with it.
Oh. So helicopter.
What's that Olympic thing called? Hammer toss?
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
Goody.
No.
Yep.
But are we moving?
That isn't quite horrifying. How far into the water
Not
is he?
very quickly.
Okay.
He's
far?
like 30, 40 feet away from the boat. Walking on the water.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
How far? I mean, like, from what part of the boat? Or actually, screw it. Firebolt, 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 firebolt.
All right. You can roll the hit on him.
Don't piss him off. Don't hit him in the dick again.
I'm aiming directly for
Burn
his
his
dick.
hands, make him drop the chain.
I'm aiming directly for his dick.
Why do they
Nat 20.
always go
Nat 20. Oh my god.
Of course.
That would be today's nat 20. As 8 fire damage to this thing's growing. You hit him perfectly as he turns towards you. As he does, he releases the anchor and it goes flying. Unfortunately, let's see. Let me roll a d4 just to see where that anchor's going because you screwed him up.
I made him lose
And
concentration.
1. It's going towards your ship.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, as the anchor just Scath, you're like in the lower deck, and suddenly this anchor just comes flying like through the ship next to you. You're like, I'm pretty sure that's not what that button was supposed to do.
That's not how that works.
My
How
life
high
is a
is
lie.
water?
And with that, the let me have this beefy boy make a stat
Like,
is not
is he
good.
just floating in the middle of the water? Or is he
4.
standing in the water.
He is standing like on the water, on the surface of the water,
So he's pulling Jesus.
basically. Yeah, he kind of looks around a bit, kind of like trying to look for where that fireball came from, but he rolled as then he just kind of sinks into the water, and that upturned ship moves back just a little bit. Unfortunately, the back end of Leviathan spawns in the water, and the captain is booking it for the boat, not knowing that there's a hole in it.
There's a hole in it.
He just
There'll be
drops.
a hole in you if you try to run.
He just drops to his knees. What? How could this all be taken? Oh. He's just like mumbling words now and just.
Welcome to the open seas, Captain.
Shoulda avoid
Everything's
the
free.
fucking storm.
He's right, you know.
To be fair, that was his order before the armor punched him in the face.
Yeah, it's still him to blame.
All right. So yeah, the ship begins sinking and the waves are getting worse and worse. You guys all have just a second to do one more thing.
Do I still see him?
The captain?
The sea fallen captain.
He just kind of he like suddenly, as if physics finally started working on him, he just kind of like fell into the water.
But how far away is he? Can I shoot him with a firebolt?
So what is it with you and firebolts?
He's under the water and you cannot see him anymore. Between the dark skies and everything, you cannot see below the surface of the water.
Fuck it, throwing a firebolt at the clouds. I don't know it's not gonna hit, but I'm just throwing one at the clouds.
Yeah, your firebolt flies up to the clouds and kind of just dissipates as it contests with rain droplets. Just fizzles out.
Well, in Scath's mind, there's no way that other rowboat got too far away. And, well, the easiest way out of the boat is through that nice little hole the anchor just made for me.
So you dive out into the ocean.
You know what? Scath is not all that familiar with boats, and everything just seems wrong right now.
Wait, how big is that hole in the boat?
It would be big enough for him to dive through. The whole anchor. The rowboat?
Yeah.
Like maybe an inch or two diameter.
Okay, I'm jumping in the rowboat. Fuck you guys! Falling down, casting mending on it.
I despise you
nice.
both.
Okay.
Bakrees, what do you do?
Just start heading for the tip of the ship, I guess, since the back is going towards the water.
The captain kind of like...
No. I got it. I didn't think about it till now.
All right, as you guys are all kind of like fucking off your various manners, a massive wave of water starts rising up in front of the ship.
So,
Water ho!
hey boys.
And it crashes down on top of you. There's a loud noise that's suddenly deafened by the water.
Good campaign, guys. We're dead.
There's debris everywhere. I need you all to roll perception for me.
That one we
I
die.
can perceive my own death.
Hey, not terrible.
I got no fucking clue what's going on.
All right.
You're
So
drowning.
There's
Yeah.
water.
between the impact of the water and everything in the dark, like everything just fades to black for you guys.
Do I notice anything?
Bard. But Bard, as you slowly descend to the depths of the unforgiving ocean, seemingly defeated by forces far beyond your understanding, you see a dark shape move in the water.
It's a fucking shark.
We're already dead.
There's kind of a bit of your vision's starting to go a little bit, but you make out this. It's big. It's getting bigger. It's getting. Holy crap!
There's a little bit of arcane energy in my mind. I'm like, I just dropped the firebolt.
It just fizzles out in the water. In addition to you not having a lot of strength, like you're on the verge of passing out as you see this massive shape move up towards you guys. And right before you pass out, you notice two large, glowing reptilian eyes. And the world goes black.
What is it, Chow?
All right. I think we're gonna end it there for now because we got some people that work in the morning. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is not the end. I still have more planned for you. That is not the end.